Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, karibu sana. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my amazing videos. So today we are going to work on the topic of how to wash your vagina and vulva, the do's and the don'ts. Yeah, so let's get started. Most of you are washing your vagina completely wrong. So I'm gonna explain why there is a lot of pressure on us women to have a fragrance vagina. Every woman should have access to this information because you deserve to know. You should know how you should do it, yeah? So today I'm gonna show you how to wash yourself clean, safely, and keep yourself healthy. So I'll be telling you which cleaning methods to avoid and which ones to continue with. So we all need to be very familiar with all our body parts, and by the way, there should not be any shame in that, especially when it comes to your vagina and vulva. And also you should also know when everything is right, that is whether it is normal or abnormal. So if you see something that doesn't look right, you need to be on it right at the moment. A recent survey in a certain study found that about 50% of women could not label the vagina on a diagram. And I was thinking to myself, is this something that I'll really like to change? Definitely yes. Here is the diagram. I hope you'll have seen it, yeah? And maybe you are surprised, yeah? Don't be. Of course, what I mean is that what most women actually refer to as their vagina is not their vagina. They are actually talking about the vulva. The vagina is the internal organ. You can't see it, by the way, from the outside. You can only see the entrance to it, and is a tube that runs from the cervix to the outside part of the vulva, and it is muscular. The vagina holds a potential space, so it claps towards each other, and if only something is introduced or is passing out, it stretches to open and to allow that thing to pass. Your vulva is always your external genitalia, that is the labia majora, and the labia majora is the outer lips, and the labia minora, that is the inner lips. Clitoris, clitoris hood, and all the parts you can see from the outside, and the mons pubic, where the pubic hair grows. So in a layman's language, your vulva is like a frame and the vagina is like a main picture itself. So in a certain study done by biochemistry students from a certain university found that about 50% of women could not locate vagina in a diagram, and about 52% could not describe its function. Yeah, that is true. In essence, the vagina allows or it does the transport of menstrual fluid and the vaginal secretions. It is also a corridor or the passageway for a child during birth. So let's move on to the main question. So should you wash your vagina? No. Should you wash your vulva? Yes. I know that comes as a surprise to you all, but that's the real deal. As we have mentioned earlier, the vagina is an internal organ, and like most internal organs, it doesn't need cleaning. Vagina actually keeps itself clean, and it does this in two ways. Number one, with your vaginal secretions, that is your vaginal discharge. These secretions are produced by the cells of the cervix and the cells of the vaginal wall. So this washes out and clean out the bacteria, the old vaginal cells, the yeast, the period blood, that is the menstrual blood. The other way that the vagina keep itself clean is by having an acidic pH. So this actually makes the environment inside the vagina more harmful for the survival of certain bacteria. So what do I mean? I mean that the only thing that you need to keep clean is your vulva. I'm gonna do some videos of the vaginal discharge and the colors and what it means. Watch out, I'll do it in 2 days time. So there are some principles which can guide you, and then you can choose the method of yours. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the principles. I know you are asking yourself lots of questions like, am I washing it right? Maybe you are using soap, maybe wipes, and etc and etc. I understand where all this confusion comes from, because depending on the source, you are maybe or you are actually getting conflicting information. Some sources would say avoid soap, it destroys. Other sources might say use soap or water or a cleanser and water, and some recommend water alone. Have you ever tried to clean your skin properly with water alone? Now, your vulva may be exposed to bacteria, menstrual fluid, vaginal discharge, maybe semen, and also the groin area has lots of sebaceous gland. So there's going to be oil on the surface of the skin, yeah? I hope you are understanding me. And so, oil and water, just they don't mix, yeah? So in order to get it to mix, you'll need a surfactant, and that's what we found in oil and cleansers, that is in soap and cleansers. And the surfactant basically allows the oil and the dirt to mix, yeah? It allows them to mix in water so that it can be washed off effectively. That is, it coheres there, or it can be trapped in the hair follicles, or bacteria can be trapped there. In addition, the sweat glands within the groin usually produce a type of sweat that breaks down by the bacteria, which gives a smell like a body odor. And then that area is pretty much kept covered for the majority of the day. That is, you are wearing your underwear or other clothing on, and you may be even be overcovering the area because you might be wearing a panty liner, or your panties, or your on your panties, or your menstrual pads, or even tampons. Yeah, so there is a lot of things going on. So we need to make some times and pay special attention to this area and wash it properly. Some moisturizers can be used as the soap substitutes. They do not form like soap but work well to clean the skin. For individuals who cannot tolerate any product on the vulva due to sensitivities or skin conditions, be sure to discuss this with your healthcare professional or doctor, who is going to advise you further. I understand that there are some sources that says like when you are in the shower, just soap yourself, just let the bubbles run down your body, naturally down between your legs to clean the vulva. I disagree. If you think about it, this is like saying that you can wash your hands effectively by soaping your elbows and letting the soapy water to flow down your forearms and wash your hands. Please don't do that. To effectively wash your vulva, you can use water unscented soap and gently clean around the vulval folds and groin. If you find the soap drying or irritating, you have or if you have drying skin drying conditions of the vulval area, which may be worsened by soap or surfactants, it will be best to seek the advice of your doctor or your healthcare provider. So now I want to move on to my recommended vulval hygienic routine. So stop using the warm water to wet the vulval area. Using the hot water actually strips the skin of these natural oils, which compromises the skin barrier and make the skin to be dry. Yeah, and you know the skin around that area is very thin and very delicate. If the skin is dry, you'll be more prone to irritation, to itching, and to getting cuts. If you are already suffering from dry skin conditions that can affect the vulval area, such as eczema or cirrhosis, then you need to make sure that you are using lukewarm water. The next thing, you're gonna use the unscented soap and water. I know some can find this quite odd, because I know there are some of you who find soap quite drying, yeah, but there are actually a variety of different soaps or cleansers that you can use. We've got soaps that contains moisturizers, cleansers, and gentle surfactants, bar soaps, etc. So there are different soap options. I also heard you saying I've been using fragrance soap for a long time and I have never had a problem. Yeah, I know, I understand. The reason as to why I recommend unscented soaps or cleansers is because it reduces the risk of you getting irritations or maybe even dryness, especially if you already maybe you are suffering from drying skin conditions that causes dryness or even irritation. It also reduces your chances of disrupting the normal healthy bacteria in the vagina, and then increasing the risk of you getting conditions such as bacteria, vaginosis, or thrush. Bacterial vaginosis is a common cause of unusual vaginal discharge. Yeah, bacterial vaginosis is not STI, you need to note that, but it can increase your risk of getting STI. Thrush is a common yeast infection. It is harmless, but it can be uncomfortable and recurrent. It is not classed as STI. So in general, I recommend that you use your hands around there rather than a washcloth, because this can harbor bacteria and dirt. And then also think about that. You'll need to be keeping them absolutely clean every time and often. So it's better you avoid it, because there is no reason of to wash this area really ruthless. Just be gentle, because the skin there is very delicate. If you start from the ingrown hair in the pubic region, you might actually find it useful to use the washcloth in this place, because it just adds that extra exfoliation, which can help to free some of those hairs if they have been trapped officially in the skin. Yeah. If you want to know more about ingrown hairs, I have made a video about it, so go and check it out. So this is going to be graphic, because I want you to know exactly what to do. and that's why I'm saying it's going to be graphic. So we are not going to be letting the water run down there as an afterthought. Yeah, we are going to pay special attention to your vulva. So we start by soaping the mons pubis. Yeah, that is the part in front of the pubic groin, and that is the area where you get the pubic hair growing. Yeah, you also want to soap the groin. Next, you want to wash the outer lips, then the inner lips, that is both the surface of the inner lips. Also wash the clitoris, and then the clitoris hood, the hood. Don't put any soap inside the vagina, because this can increase the risk of you getting bacterial vaginosis or thrush. The skin around the vulva is very sensitive and very delicate and very light and very thin, and can be at risk of tiny cuts and scratches, which can compromise the skin barrier and make it easy for germs to cause infection. So for all of my ladies with long acrylical gel nails, what I can say is good luck and be careful. After washing the vulva, then we move on to washing the anus and the perineum. This is because you don't want to transfer the bacteria and feces from the anus into the vagina, because this is going to increase the risk of you having the abnormal discharge. That is, I always tell people to wipe from the front to back. So the next step is to rinse and again use the lukewarm water for all the other reasons that I have explained before. So once you are done, pat the area with a towel. Don't rub, just pat, and make sure that you wash that towel regularly. I know everybody finds the next step to be very unnecessary. Yeah, a lot of you might find that you actually don't need moisturizers, because it's an area that always have clothing. Yeah, so it's always quite moist, so you don't tend to find that you're suffering from dry skin is necessary. Yeah, some of you that may suffer from dry skin conditions that affect the labia, like eczema and cirrhosis, and might find that you need a moisturizer to help reduce the chances of maybe irritation. And if you do, yeah, I recommend that for you to use maybe unscented moisturizers, because there is less chances of things like irritation. Once you finish this step, you now want to put on a nice clean underwear. New doesn't mean always clean, because when you buy a new underwear, you have no idea who have been touching it, where it was kept, and etc. So if you have a new underwear, I'll still recommend that you wash your undergarment before you use it for the first time. You know. So I know you all have questions like, how often should I wash my vulva? Yeah. So let me answer you. That is the first question. Washing your vulva once or twice a day is more than enough. Some women find it that if they are on their period, they just want to wash it more often than twice or once. Yeah. You should not do more than that, because if you do, you'll be stripping the skin of its natural oil, which will cause dryness and then irritation. The second question that I know you're asking yourself is that, can I use wipes to clean my vulva? Yes, of course. Wipes may be convenient for cleansing in some circumstances. For example, when you have your period and you are out and about. Yeah. If you must use wipes, use unscented and water-based wipes on the vulva and not in the vagina. This can still cause irritation for some individuals. You need to note that. But for me, I would not recommend them over taking a good shower. The other question that I know is running in your mind is that if I'm from using a shower and I'm using my shower head, how close can I put the shower head, or does that mean water is going to end into my vagina? So this is why, as I said before, that vagina is a potential and a closed tube. So if you want to use the shower head to gently wash that area, you might splash water into the vagina, but this doesn't count into the term as douching. Yeah, you all know douching, and actually this is okay. This is not douching. This is okay to do. The only thing that I want to mention is that one thing that I don't believe is that taking a long soak in the bath is enough to clean the vulva properly. I don't believe on that. I only believe that you need to pay special attention to this area in order to wash it very properly. So why is douching problematic? Douching is the process of squirting water or solution into a vagina because you are trying to clean inside the vagina, and as I have already explained, vagina is already clean, so you don't need to do this. First of all, they flush out the beneficial bacteria that are supposed to be living there, and they also change the pH inside the vagina and making it more favorable for bacterial vaginosis, and you may have problems with the pregnancies. The fourth question that I know you're asking yourself is that, can I use the vagina deodorant? No, because of the reasons I've explained before. And by the way, why should you feel the need to use or the need to have a perfumed vagina? Why? The vagina have a normal scent. You should always choose a healthy vagina over a fragrance vagina. If you have excessive dryness or irritation or excessive itching, and if you have abnormal vaginal discharge, and that is maybe because of the smell or because of the color, if you have pain when you are having sex, maybe you're having a burning sensation when passing out urine, if you have blisters or lumps in the vulval area, you need to go see your doctor for the assurance. Don't feel silly if you go to the doctor and then he tell you that you are normal. Why did you come? Don't worry. It's better you go early and get treated, yeah, no matter what. So please don't get embarrassed to prevent you. Don't let the embarrassment prevent you from seeking medical assistance from professionals. And by the way, that's my thoughts. And I'm not saying you should do it. You should do it my way, because we have different ways to do these things. What do you think up to that point? I think I'm done. If you found this video helpful, kindly like, kindly subscribe, kindly share. Show me some love. I don't mind you leaving the comments. What do you have to say now? Let me say bye-bye. Have peace. Have a peaceful day. See you in our next video.